You ever bite into a juicy strawberry and wonder, am I tasting sunshine or a side of bug spray? Because here's the deal, that innocent fruit, it might have been sprayed with dozens of toxic chemicals before it ever made it into your shopping cart. And strawberries, they're not the only ones. Now, we all want to eat healthy. We reach for the spinach, kale, grapes, peaches, thinking, yes, I'm doing something good for my body. But what if I told you some of the healthiest looking foods might be quietly poisoning your system? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the rest of the story. Every year, the Environmental Working Group releases its Dirty Dozen list. It's like the FBI's Most Wanted, but for produce. These are the 12 fruits and veggies with the highest levels of pesticide residue based on 4 factors. 1, how many samples tested positive for pesticides? 2, how many different pesticides showed up? 3, how much pesticides were on them? And 4, how toxic were those chemicals? This year's most contaminated offenders? Let me tell you, here's the 2025 Dirty Dozen. First up, we have spinach. Next, strawberries. Then we have kale, collards, and mustard greens. These are all grouped together. Next up, grapes, peaches, cherries, nectarines, pears, apples, and blackberries. They were new this year. Then we have blueberries, and lastly, potatoes. That was also new. That's right, spinach and strawberries might be worse than they look. Some samples had over 50 different pesticides on them. That's not a salad, that's a science experiment. So why does all this matter? Pesticides don't just rinse off. Many soak into the skin or even deeper. And that's especially true for produce with thin or delicate skin. Fruits like strawberries, grapes, peaches, and blueberries don't have a thick outer layer to protect them. That skin is like tissue paper. It absorbs what's sprayed on it, and it lets chemicals seep straight into the flesh. So when you bite into that juicy peach, you're not just getting sweetness, you could be getting a side of neurotoxic residue also. And we're not just talking about one harmless spray. We're talking about cocktails of chemicals linked to hormone disruption, brain development issues in kids, and long-term disease risk. Let me tell you about Lena. She came into my office thinking that she was doing everything right. Smoothies every morning, salads at lunch. But she still had brain fog, strange rashes, fatigue that it just didn't make any sense. So we ran a total toxic burden test. And guess what? Her pesticide levels were through the roof. And you know what her favorite snack was? Non-organic grapes. Every single day. That's when it hit her. Healthy food isn't healthy if it's soaked in chemicals. And it got worse. She also had high levels of permethrin, a neurotoxin that's banned in Europe, but still sprayed here on kale and spinach. And another chemical that was in her results? This one was linked to ADHD, lower IQ, and hormone disruption, especially in children. This wasn't just a food issue, it was a root cause problem. And once she made a few key changes, her symptoms started to lift. Imagine trying to build a strong, healthy body with contaminated materials. It's like making a smoothie with rotten fruit. No matter how much protein powder you add, it's still gonna make you sick. Now, here's what you need to know, especially if you have kids. Kids are hit harder than adults. Pound for pound, they eat more food, and their little bodies are still developing. That means pesticides can hit their brains, hormones, and nervous systems even harder and faster. So protecting your children's food isn't paranoia, it's good parenting. So what's the solution? Start by choosing organic when it comes to the Dirty Dozen. It's not perfect. Regulations change and organic still has its loopholes, but it's a powerful first step. Even better, support your local farmer market. Ask questions. Shake the hand that grew your food. Or grow your own. Home gardens are making a comeback, and not just in rural areas. In some countries, families use their front lawns to grow fruits and vegetables, then share the harvest with their neighbors. Imagine that, food as community, not just commodity. And in a world of processed boxes and chemical sprays, that might be the most radical act of healing there is. You don't have to overhaul your whole life overnight. But if you're biting into fruit sprayed with 50 pesticides, maybe it's time to bite back with knowledge, choices, and one clean step at a time. But here's the part that gives people hope. Not all produce is this contaminated. In fact, some fruits and veggies test very low in pesticide residue, even when conventionally grown. That list, it's called the Clean 15, because balance matters, budgets matter, and you deserve to know where to spend your organic dollars and where you don't have to. Stick around. In the next video, I'll reveal the 2025 Clean 15, the fruits and veggies you don't have to buy organic. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you picked up some tips that you can actually use. If you want to keep learning, your next video is waiting for you right here. And hey, if I've earned it, hit the subscribe button and give this a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow.